Before the snapshot by Hamster Kombat team, a lot of people, that is the CEOs, were seen selling off the accumulated coins, turning it into profit per hour, and then some buying up different skins and then leveling up. Now, this happened because so many people have been speculating about what Hamster Combat would use to reward everyone. I can understand a lot of people's fears and what people are doing to be able to make sure that they level up and get as much as possible. At the end of this video, you will be able to have an idea about how much tokens that you would likely get from Hamster Combat based on the current tokenomics. Now permit me to look at the tokenomics of Hamster Combat. Okay, now according to this tokenomics, we have 100 billion coins that is in total supply. Out of these 100 billion tokens, only 64.375 billion will be pushed into circulations. That is, only 64.375 billion will be released into circulation and not the 100 billion, okay? According to what so many people were thinking before now. Now let's continue. Now, out of the 64.375 billion, only 75% of this figure will go into rewarding you and I, the players, all the CEOs, and everyone else that have participated in this exercise. That is interesting. Now, it is known, according to this Hamster Combat tokenomics, that 8% of this value, okay, will be given to team. Then 6% will go to partnership and grant, and we have 4% will go into liquidity. And of course, I know that Binance will always have something there. 3% will go to Binance launching pool. Now, let's go to the one that concerns you and I, so that we'll be able to find out how much of the tokens will really come to us as people that have been in the forefront, day and night, tapping and doing all the exercise that we have done so far from the day one till this day. Okay, so now out of the 75% that will go for you and I, the players, or the CEOs, okay, now 60% will go for season 1. All right, they will use 60%, they will allocate 60% of these 75% will go for season 1, while 15% will go for season 2. Remember that we have 75% out of the 64.375 billion, only 75% will go into rewarding you and I. So let's do some little calculation now. The 64.375 billion, we should have 38.625 billion Hamster Combat tokens. All right. Now, that is 60% for season 1. So if 60% will be allocated for season 1, it means that only 38.625 billion hamster tokens will be what will be available to be shared in this season 1 for everybody. I don't know if you understand this little, arithmetic. Now, worry not about the maths, but let's just, have a rough estimate about how much tokens that you and I will be expected to get at the end of the day, so that it will help our expectation. Now, let's go. Let's assume that according to Hamster Kombat, we have at least 300 million CEOs that participated in this exercise. Okay, 300 million. Although they will be doing some elimination, making it not available for so many people by the time they eliminate all the fake accounts and what have you. So let's go. We'll calculate with 300 million. We'll also calculate with other values based on elimination, and we'll arrive at a very good figure at the end of the day. Now you have 38.625 billion coins. If it is divided by 300 million, remember that how we got 38.625 billion tokens is as a result of the 60%, 60% that will be shared to CEOs in season 1. That is how we arrive at 38.625 billion hamster tokens. Okay, very important. Now, if you have 38.625 billion that is divided by shared among 300 million CEOs, it means that you will be getting 128.75 hamster tokens. Although everybody will not get the same thing based on the different levels and achievements and the rest of them, So, but we should just have a rough estimate. Now, assuming now that we have 38.625 billion shared among, maybe after elimination and all of that, you got 150 million CEOs, and they share this value, you will now have about 257.5 hamster tokens. Okay, now let's assume now that it is further eliminated. A lot of people will be eliminated from the system, and you have like 100 million players or CEOs. How much of the tokens will they get? Now, when you divide 38.625 billion again by 100 million, you will be having something like 386.25 hamster tokens. You see, based on the fact that there are different parameters that will be used to give out these tokens, you need to understand that they will consider the number of tags that you did, then the keys, the number of keys you have, your friends, referrals, and profit per hour, and then other achievement that is expected of you and I, before you be allocated this coin. Let's assume that you have 1 million profit per hour. Okay, an average person that has 1 million profit per hour, how many of the tokens will be allocated to you? Based on this, they may decide to say, okay, because you've gotten 1 million PPH, you'll be given 100 Hamster Kombat tokens. And then they will go and look at your friends or the number of keys you've got. They might look at the number of keys you've got and allocate 1 key towards 1 Hamster Kombat tokens, So if you have 20 keys, you will get about 20 Hamster Kombat tokens. So look at all those parameters. By the time they put everything together, you may find out that someone that has over 1 million PPH plus other parameters that they use in judging, one CEO may end up having 1,000 or 3,000 or even 5,000 hamster tokens. It is possible that that will happen, So what do you think? The most important thing here is not the number of tokens, if you ask me. The most important thing here is the quality of the tokens. That is the price at which this hamster token will be listed, and the fact that we are going into the heat of the bull runs, so even if you get, say, 500 Hamster Kombat or 1,000 or 5,000, depending on your achievement, don't feel bad. The reason is because it is going to do what? It's going to appreciate. When you don't sell it, it will appreciate over time. And then maybe by the time the season 2 will come, the price of Hamster Kombat would have gone up. No wonder they placed the reward to be 15%, while the one for season 1 was placed at 60%. Because they know that at season 2, the price of Hamster Kombat tokens would have appreciated. So lower your expectations. Understand that the CEOs or the players are so many, but we have little of the Hamster Kombat tokens. And that is the reality on ground. That is just the reality. Do you understand? And that is why it is important that whatever airdrop that you start today, ensure that you are one of the pioneers, and even if you didn't start on time, make sure that you get paid. You are one of those that will be paid and not eliminated at the end of the day, because it's so bad to see that after you've tapped, after you've done all the tax and everything, then the person will be eliminated, not you. It will hurt badly, because you will consider your time, your energy, your data, and the emotions that you've put into this. So fear not, worry less about how Hamster Kombat is going to reward you as a player, but look ahead of you, look at what is coming. What are the other airdrops or projects that is available? I wish you good luck in the hamster token rewards that you will be getting. No matter what you get, do not worry. And I want to say once again that you should lower your expectations, because the number of tokens that we'll be getting to CEOs are not much. So what you can do is to ensure that whatever you get, be it 1,500, 200, 300, whatever it is, you can multiply that figure to become something bigger for you in the bull run. You can even buy more from the market. Once it is listed, you can make a lot of money doing this. Instead of rushing to sell off, you can keep it for a while and then it will appreciate in value. Although we don't know how it's going to play, it might shoot up, but because of the fact that bull run is coming, any token that is released during the bull run will always do what? Will do very well. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, share this video so that everyone else that is expecting so much from Hamster Kombat will begin to understand that they should manage their expectations, because Hamster Kombat may not be giving us a lot of tokens based on the reality on ground. I will see you in my next video. Until then, do have a wonderful time ahead.